One of my friends was
Hadi
a
gidelim.
local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same
Nerede bunlar?
time. Two banks on the same damn street. Well, the
Tertemiz.
locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property.
Doldur hemen.
The brothers
oldu?
paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it
Galiba
than that.
başka yoldan
I
gelmişiz
read all
buraya.
about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop
yukarıdaydık.
across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The
Gelin
lawmen had
bakalım.
been tracking the Daltons for months, and now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by
Doldur
many a
hemen şeyi.
lawbreaker. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender,
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait for something to get you back.
but this bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns.
Bu da hazır.
He went in there alone to confront those criminals.
Tamam, güzel.
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Beşle beşle
Where do
beşle.
you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank.
Burada kimse yok.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
Galiba yol buradan.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
Şimdi
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
hadi zıpla.
We've got company.
Doldur
Heroic
hemen.
men like him who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free.
Bunlar hazır.
Is
Jim
that
Boone,
Silas Greaves?
Davy Crockett,
Son of
who
a
died defending
bitch!
the Alamo.
You better hide.
Güle güle sana. Burada kimse yok.
Over there!
That's Silas Greaves.
What the hell? Blank, blank.
Güzel.
He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His name
Şimdi
was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
bitti galiba.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Galiba böyle olmamış.
It was early evening, not high noon.
Catch him in the crossfire.
The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. I was late to the party, and
Nerede bunlar?
Coffeeville was already up in arms.
Ha,
Those
şefmişler
pathetic
orada.
deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
Ha, Dalton kardeşler bunlar.
I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless.
Güzel.
And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob two banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville.
Bu da hazır.
Ain't bothered me none.
Diğerleri nerede?
Hey, we gotta see you. Put some holes in 'em.
And those friends came after me like a pack of wild
Güzel.
dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to
Nerede
top it
bunlar?
off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons, and they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns,
Bu da hazır.
they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes.
Burada kim var?
Shit happens.
Burası temiz.
The Dalton boys knew
Nereye
I
gitti
would
bunlar?
never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest
şimdi?
knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least two of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Hah, güzel. Bakalım bunlar nereye gitti buradan?
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't
Nerede
afraid of
bu?
you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers, and I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe
Zo.
for a long life.
I'm gonna cut you in half.
İşte bu kadar.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Güle
Well,
güle
Dwight,
sana.
who do you think put all those damn holes in him?